Our goal is to amplify the Black artistry. So any medium of art that there is, that we want to amplify that and the artists that involved.
The Black Arts and Cultural Center is the hub for Black culture. I would say that if you need a space where you feel welcomed, if you need a space where you feel heard, if you need a space where you feel seen, this would be the place to be.
Started as just a festival, and over time it evolved into an actual center, so that there would be a place where artists can also curate their work and then showcase their work. So the Sidnor Gallery is named after obviously one of our founders, so that we can make sure and display the art that comes out of our creatives. So that could be any medium again. It can be watercolors, it could be photography. We've got some sculptures here that were created by artists. So it's all mediums. This organization is built on volunteerism, it's built on philanthropy. Like for example, the space that we're in now, part of it is called the West Cafe. One of our benefactors, gave a significant amount of money to create a cafe. It's a cyber cafe. Come in and you can work throughout the day, bring your laptop, or have a meeting, set up a time you can have a meeting. And then recently we acquired another space in here that is for artists to create their work. So it's the Artist Lounge. One of our main artists that teaches our comic creators, Kenji, he's up there a lot, so he's working with the youth and kind of having a mentorship too.
So the display you see now is about the Divine Nine. So it is the MPHC, so Black letter organizations, which started mostly at HBCUs.
This was 9 Black Greek organizations founded particularly on college campuses during an era where there was a struggle to have spaces for Black folk. And so Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, which is my fraternity, is the first intercollegiate fraternity founded at Cornell University, Ivy League school for Black men. And so during those particular times, we understand what the struggle was. We understand we just didn't have a space. And so we had to create our own lane. So each organization within the Divine Nine has that unique story. There's definitely some uniformities, but each one was founded on, whether it be a fraternity or sorority, was founded on spaces for Black and brown people on college campuses.
The work here was the foundation for the city and our community. I can remember as little as 6 years old when it was founded in 1986. This was the place where I found my identity. If there was anything as far as African American culture, we could find it within the Black Arts and Cultural Center. And so this is the foundation of that. It has grown tremendously since 1986, but if you look back at history, there was nothing for African Americans in the Kalamazoo community before the Black Arts and Cultural Center was founded.
I'm from Detroit, born and raised, imported here, went to Western, graduated from Western. But in Detroit, as you know, that's Hitsfield, USA, Motown. And so I grew up in the culture. I started DJing I learned how to DJ, I should say that, as a teenager. But I was surrounded by artistry, music, culture. So a lot of times is that vetting entertainment as well, particularly raw talent. It's definitely has its challenges when you're trying to get certain acts from out of town or further areas, but for the most part it is going to other events, other festivals, that type of thing.
I think one of the highlights that I loved was we had our Black Arts Festival on the mall. Something that I would have never thought would be able to happen, it happened, and in grand form. But just to see that and then transition back to its tradition of being back at Bronson Park, it's just beautiful. And to see 8,000 people come year after year to celebrate and to support Black artistry in all of its forms is a major highlight.
So it's interesting during Art Hop is when we see a lot of diverse audiences come into the space and want to identify what it is, what we do, and understand our mission and vision. So that's how we kind of evolve into the community.
Well, it has to be definitely a collaborative effort with different business owners to want to open those doors, to say, hey, you know what, our lineup seems to be either a little bit mundane or seems like we're missing a demographic of people. So those conversations start in the office. Those conversations start at sometimes mutual events. Like, hey, you have a space. Oh, well, let's welcome in maybe some spoken word, something like that. So those conversations can happen by chance. You just run into someone at an event and they say, oh, you know, I have this unique space and we're looking to open some doors, and so there you go.
Those relationships are key to our existence. One of the things in our culture, African American culture, is collaboration over competition. And for us to be sustainable, for us to have longevity and have a legacy for the next generation, we have to collaborate with outside organizations. And so what you can see is collaboration. We are all different organizations, but we all come together and work together for the common good. Although we are a part of different organizations. And so if you are a member, you can utilize the space, you can rent the space, you can come here and create. And then you can also talk about new programs. If you have any ideas, Janine is very open to collaborating and coming up with new ideas to engage with the community.
You know, we have lucked up on some incredible young people and very talented young people, and we wouldn't see them otherwise because they're very introverted. So we're able to give them a space where they can be creative and freely express themselves in their artwork. So our comic creators class, we bring that in twice a year, where the youth can come in and create the comic book character and a storyline behind it. And I feel like we do this so that our youth feel safe and they feel heard and seen. And that's our teens. Now we're gonna start a little toddler class. We're gonna test it out and just let them explore art and make a mess. That's what you do. That's what you do. So we're trying to hit, the full gamut of our intergenerational, family that we have here.
The amount of doctors, lawyers, professionals that have not only come from through our organizations, but even some of the HBCUs that some of the organizations were founded on. The bright spots are that we are in almost every aspect of endeavor, and so you can find someone in one of our organizations that either opened the door, led the way, or is currently leading in those perspective areas. So that's something to be proud of. I can talk a lot about our history, but each of our organizations have, founders or individuals in those organizations that really knocked down doors, opened up, raised ceilings and set the bar, so to speak.
Some of the challenges, to be honest, is capital. Having those funds to really engage, push the envelope, make it bigger and better, to expand not just Kalamazoo, but the county. We have African Americans all over the county of Kalamazoo, not just in the city of Kalamazoo, but it takes funds to be able to do that. And so that's one of the major challenges, not just for this organization, but other nonprofits and Black-owned small businesses as well.
Well, I would encourage to make sure and pay attention to our website and find out what activities that we have going on. Becoming a member is great because membership has its privileges. I stole that, but membership has its privileges.
And Kalamazoo is open to a lot. The openness to celebrate those who don't look like you. And it's great spaces to be a part, whether it be downtown or in certain communities. It is great to be able to celebrate one with another and appreciate each other's culture.
The bright spot is our existence. I mean, we've come from nothing. We've come to this country and built things for ourselves, and the Black Arts and Cultural Center is an example of that. And it gives people like myself hope that I could do it. I'm now an entrepreneur and I own several businesses throughout Kalamazoo that are successful. And the first thing that I saw, or the first image of myself of somebody being in charge, was the Black Arts and Cultural Center. And so now it's our job to be able to be that for that next generation and show them and be able to build and expand upon what has been created.
Be sure to find us on YouTube and Instagram. Exclusive videos, extended content, and behind-the-scenes pictures. Just search Kalamazoo Lively Arts.